Venice, where hobby meets hustle. Listen up.
Like, what if my grandma's listening?
Shouts out Corey and Tim. Man, who run this? Surely it's them.
We're here today with Timothy McEnery. He is the proud
Thank you for
owner
having me.
of Slab Strong, the patented slab bumper. In recent headlines, I'm sure you've seen it's been all over the news. There was a slight infringement on his patent, and he has since reacted with the company. And Tim, why don't you give us an update on how that's going?
Yes, thank you for having me, sir. Yeah,
Don't call me sir. That's my dad.
So yeah, without giving too much details, let's give all the details.
Don't give all the details.
Below you'll see a copy of the NDA and my contract.
Yeah, mine's up there.
Yeah, just flash it right here, right now. Just have it be a money bag. No, in all seriousness, I got lucky, right? So BCW decided that I had the slab bumper, the protection for slabs. I was the right guy to use, and so we worked out a licenses deal because I have a patent, and it's been great. They've essentially, so how it worked out was, initially we worked out a deal for licensing of the product. So now at this point, BCW is the only company that has licensed my design and my utility patent. And then, honestly, frankly, that type of money isn't right. They didn't buy my company, right? They're licensing the patent. So like that type of money is great, but I really enjoy doing this.
And this is what I have to cut in,
here we go.
because this is what I have to give Tim the most credit for, is being able to see an opportunity farther than what the opportunity is in front of you. So anybody would think like, okay, the opportunity is they're going to license my product. They're going to pay me a piece. I can still do all the other stuff I'm doing, but the company will still run, but in a greater scale, and kind of what he's already doing. Tim had a fulfillment center fulfilling the orders prior to this, which will move over to BCW, fulfilling all, and you'll get a piece of the sale. But to Tim's credit, and he's always been good at this, and it's something that I do truly envy, is the thought ahead of like, okay, what else is BCW lacking, or what else could they use, or what else could I be a benefit for them? Here's my window. I got the guy who I need to be talking to on the, engaged, like interested in my little slab bumper story and like where I'm coming from. What can I do for him and myself and the surrounding people to make everybody's situation a little bit better? So he'll go into the details of that, but kudos to that, man. It takes a special set of skills to, again, once figure out a way to work less and make more. Do it like the best of them.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And it's true. Yeah, so it's one of those things too, when you get that sort of information about your product, right? Your baby, like my thing is right away, it's not positive in the sense that I thought it was over for me. Here comes this amazing, way more, extremely larger company
that's been in business for
30, 40 years, I believe.
Years, yep.
I know the current owner and president. He has owned it since 1999, I believe. So it's scary in a sense, and then you think, okay, and here's right. So it's scary, and then you just get really anxious because I put in a lot of work and, frankly, money. When I say work, frankly, money and like sleepless nights dealing with the patent attorney is like, what I miss, right? So now you're in negotiations, and so everything got worked out with the licensing right away. And then kind of what you got to was I saw an opportunity that honestly a lot of people gave me advice to like, don't push it, like don't push the envelope. But my thing was I want to still be involved with Slab Strong. Like, and I could always wear the big hat and whatever, walk around, but I would only be this mascotted face of something that essentially I still own technically, but now I'm not even producing it and blah, blah, blah. So I decided to, like you said, I had this moment of I'm in this guy's site. So I sent him an email and I said, "Hey, I'd like to just talk to you face to face. It's way better than for me. It's way better
That's
than
another one
emailing."
of Tim's great moves.
Yeah, well, it works though.
No,
because I think that people
100%.
understand.
Yep.
I think people understand. It's really well. First of all, you got to at least get on a phone call or better Zoom because you get a better feel for people. But so BCW is located about 4.5 hours north of me. I'm in Nashville now. It's in Indiana. So I drove up there. I spent a couple hours with the owner and the president and the marketing team, and I met a few other guys. Got a
And
tour of the
honestly,
facility.
when I heard all this was going on, just kind of give you a little play by play on my end. When I heard he went to the meeting and that he came back from the meeting and the meeting was, multiple hour meeting, I knew whatever he was gonna do was gonna get done. Because
Yeah.
it's just the same way he walks around a show and you got every asshole pointing at you about the hat. To me, I would be like, at some point, I'd be like, I don't even know how to like react to the hat. Yeah, I get it, the big hat. I almost probably have a breakdown. But
Wait, real
that's
quick.
what,
My thing is when someone goes, some people will say, "Hey, that's a nice hat," and that's an easy thank you. But when someone goes, "That's a big hat," I say thank you, but it's not like a
right. Yeah, thank you.
I just
They're
go
just pointing out the size of it.
yeah, thanks.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like,
But so again, I think that it does need to be said that Tim is great at the connection with people in public. I mean, in settings of like 101 or kind of some of it. I mean, granted, he does on this podcast where he just blabs for about a little longer than he should and totally forgets where he was. I'm sure he probably did that a couple times, but he's never too far off topic where people just don't pretend that they agree.
But keep in mind, Corey, you've seen it live too. Even the Canada one, where I do sometimes negotiate with the big hat on, whether good or bad, whether it works out or not.
Well, I was gonna say I did. I mean, look, I'm not of the mindset to not understand where you're coming from because this same sort of thing happened with that, not happened to me, and I don't know, like for whatever I didn't convey didn't work because it ended up being a giant pain in the ass to me and everyone around it. I don't know if it was just a person dealing. I'm sure it's a person we're dealing with, but again, it's just interesting, like where this thing has come, and now you see it, and of course, he can't just take it and humbly, it's blown up to king of supplies.
Yeah, so I use the word convincing when I'm talking to like you and my friends, but I just kind of,
It's not convincing. It was a good deal for everyone. Like, don't downplay what you were able to make happen.
No, because so here's the thing too. So I walk into the first meeting and the president was like, I just watched you on a podcast and you said you were an entrepreneur and didn't want to work for anyone ever again. It's like, I did say that. And I essentially feel that way, but it's more of the mindset of, I'll make things happen. Like that type of mindset. But if I'm making things happen in a structure, I can still do the same thing. I'm still making
right.
things
And you're
happen.
not moving to Indiana or whatever, and you don't have to like go into the office. Like this is all going to be stuff. Like you made the deal properly to be able to keep that about yourself, where you're really still almost like an independent salesman that's going to be running, a big arm of a big supply company.
And I'm hoping to learn more though.
Your natural relationships and natural, salesmanship to kind of help them out and help yourself because more Slab Strongs you sell, more.
Yeah, and I really do want to learn from the guys there too in terms of like, because you know me, dude, I get all excited and try to make every move in the same day sometimes too of like, but realistically, I need patience, especially now in this high of a structure of a corporation is things don't necessarily happen as fast as they need to because they're not a single person making one decision.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to take that out because it's not how fast they need to, it's how fast you'd like them to.
Right.
Because they're not going to happen fast. So Yeah, congrats on that, man. It's awesome. If anybody sees Tim, just walk by him.
This is your one-stop shop for all things epic.